Welcome. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through Sunrise Stretch. We will practice together for 25 minutes today. So, just a reminder to listen to your body, and if any stretches do not work for you, you can skip them, come on out, and modify. So, today, as we start, I'd love to come down onto our backs and work a little bit with the IT band. So, as we begin here, you will just find your way down onto your back. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. Let your knees be bent here and have your feet nice and wide. And we are just going to take a moment to drop the knees to the right and drop the knees to the left. So we're going to do a little windshield wipe here of the knees side to side. And then allowing for your knees to drop off to the right. And sometimes we think of this one as a spinal twist, but it's a bit different. So what we'll do is we'll just pick up our right heel and hook it on the left knee and let everything drop off towards the right. So it's not necessarily wrapping up the legs, it's just kind of taking that heel and hooking it on the knee. And then just letting the legs be really weighted off towards the right side of the room. And try to get this nice stretch into the waist and into the side of the body. Good. Let's take the feet back on out to the edges of the mat. Knees are bent. Let's take a nice little rock to the right and the left. Draw your knees off towards the left and your left heel picks up. Let's hook that left heel on the right knee and then everything sinks off towards the left. And breathing here for a moment. So our IT band, this is this band of connective tissue of fascia that connects from our hip down to our knee. And sometimes that can get a little stuck, get a little tight and tense and cause, discomfort or maybe a little imbalance in the body. So it's always important to give a nice little stretch there. Good. Now let's try that again. We're going to go one more time on each side. So let's windshield wipe knees to the right and the left. And the side to side movement will be really good for opening up your low back. We'll get into our hips a bit and going to be very, very beneficial for the legs. Let's begin to drop our knees off towards the right. And let's pick up that right foot. Let's see if it's a little bit more open this time. So now we are working with the second time on the stretch. So body might know where it's going. It might be able to open a bit more into the stretch. So we're just going to gently hook that right knee on, our right heel on our left knee. And try to feel yourself on the inside of your left foot. And just letting those legs be so heavy off to the right. And then releasing, let's bring our feet out nice and wide. Windshield wipe to the left and to the right. And releasing off towards the left. Left foot lifts up. And then just gently hook your heel on that knee and let the leg sink off towards the left. Good. And release. Let's float ourselves back to center. We'll just take those feet out nice and wide, drop to the right and the left. Knees can come to the chest. Let's hug them in. Arms, hands around knees or shins. And we'll take a gentle rock to the right and to the left. And then bringing that movement into circles. Maybe find large circles and maybe find smaller circles here. Circle in the other direction. And release. Let's bring ourselves up to seated from here. So you can do a little rock and roll through the spine. And then as you come into seated, let's start by extending our legs right out in front of us. Right foot will begin to come up and in. So you can take the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Take a nice deep full breath here to lengthen. And we're going to walk our hands down the legs to fold down for a moment. And then just trying to relax yourself into the stretch. So try to maybe let the head hang heavy. Let go of tension that you might be holding onto in the head and the neck. And this stretch is very beneficial for the calf and the hamstring on the left side. Great for getting into your low back. Nice stretch for the mid and upper back, maybe even for the back of your neck when you're letting your head relax and release here. Let's take ourselves back on up to neutral. Take your right foot to the left. So you'll just plant your foot down. And setting up for a seated spinal twist. You can stay right where you're at. If you wanted to give yourself a little bit more stretch, maybe your left foot will move to your right hip. Let's bring our hands to the sky, breathing in, and then release your hands to the left, breathe out. And with your in-breath here, let's feel our spine lengthen. And then on your out-breath, allow for your twist to deepen. Hands to the sky, full breath in. Let's release off towards the right, full breath out. Maybe gaze off your right shoulder. And just noticing if that helps you move a little bit deeper into the twist. And release. Let's bring ourselves back to neutral. Take your hands to the sky. Nice full breath here. And then hands at your heart. Take a nice deep full breath out. From here, draw the soles of your feet to touch. Knees will come away from one another. And then feel the insides of your feet roll from one another. And maybe do a little shift to the right and the left here. Try to get nice and grounded through both sides. And then maybe work the knees down a little bit. So you don't want to press too hard, but maybe rock, alternate one side or the other side, and just see if you can get a little deeper into that hip stretch. Good. Let's bring ourselves to stillness here. We're going to take a nice full breath here to lengthen and fold yourself down as you exhale. Maybe doing a little scan of your body and noticing where you're holding on to tension. And then with each exhale, letting that tension go. And release. Let's bring ourselves up to neutral. Legs can float right out in front. Give them a bit of a shake out here. And let's bring that left leg up and in. So create our figure four stretch here. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's bring it down and exhale. This is called Janu Shirshasana, head to knee stretch. And then on this one, you may want to gently roll your left shoulder down a little bit. That can help to even off the shoulders, give you an even stretch. And then back to neutral. Let's bring our left foot to the right. And you can stay right where you're at. Maybe work for that full twist if you'd like as well. So you can take your right foot to your left hip. We'll take our hands on up. Open twisting to start. So release to the right. Try to encourage that left shoulder to float forward and feel that right shoulder drawing back, and try to open and broaden through the collarbones. And release. Hands to the sky, full breath here. And release to the left and exhale. And then when you're twisting also, you might feel that you lean to one side or the other. So try to create a nice even connection through the right side and the left side of your body. Let's bring ourselves back to neutral. We'll realign here. Take your hands to the sky, nice full breath in, and hands at the heart for our breath out. Extend your legs right out in front of you. You can shake them out a little bit. And then as they're straight, take a nice full breath here to lengthen, and let's come on down to a fold as you exhale. Try to relax the eyebrows, relax your jaw. Try to let go of tension through the back of your head and neck. Relax through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relax the upper, mid, and low back. Relax your legs and relax your feet. Let's bring ourselves on up. We'll find a neutral spine here and come on forward into a tabletop. So as you come into table, if you wanted to give a little padding to your knees, you could grab a little blanket. And also the yoga mat, you can fold it up on the sides as well. That'll give a little padding to the knees. So as you find table, take your knees in line with your hips, bring your wrists in line with your shoulders, and feel the fingers fan out nice and wide. So we will press down through the index finger and press down through the thumb. Taking your gaze off your right shoulder, so we want to look back for our right toes. Come back to neutral. Let's lower our stomach down, lift up through your heart. Take a neutral spine, gaze off your left shoulder. Back to center. Let's take our chin to our chest on the exhale, round through your back. Good. Take a neutral spine here. Gaze off your right shoulder. Neutral spine, lower stomach, lift up through the heart. Neutral spine, gaze off your left shoulder. Neutral spine and chin to your chest. Exhale, round. Good. Let's take a nice deep breath here. We're going to press into a child's pose as you exhale. Feel your hips lowering to your heels. Let your heart lower down. Maybe doing a little scan here of your body. Noticing where you're holding onto tension. And then with each exhale, letting that tension go. Lifting up. Let's work our way into a downward facing dog. Toes will curl under. We'll bring our sitting bones to the sky and shake it out a little bit here. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. If the ground is feeling far away or if the body's really tight, have a very deep bend in your knees. That will help to gently support the body here. As you find stillness, let's come on forward into a fold. You'll walk your toes to your hands and shake it out here in your fold as well. So bend one knee and bend the other knee and relax your head yes and relax your head no. As you find stillness, let's walk our hands off towards the right. We'll find a side stretch here. Try to ground evenly through both of our feet, both of your feet, inside and outside of each foot. Back to center, realign, and hands to the other side. Reaching and stretching from the waist, lengthen the side body, the arm, and the fingertips. Come back to center, realigning here. Bring your hands to your shins, lift and lengthen your spine, fold yourself down. Let's bring ourselves up to standing, full breath in. And hands at the heart for a nice deep full breath out. Let's take our hands to the sky. We are just going to take our index and our thumb to touch, and then we'll relax the hands down. So nice full breath in, reach and stretch up, index and thumb touch, and relax. Full breath in, rise and up. Let's go 3 more times here. Good. This time as you reach your hands up, let's take our hands together. We'll take our hands into prayer and then draw your hands at your heart as you exhale. Full breath in. Let's reach and stretch up. And release. Let's go 3 more times here with the breath. Hands at heart, circle in the other direction from here. We'll take our fingertips up, out, and around. Good. Let's gently bring our hands behind our body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch, maybe square the wrists off. So we'll take a yoga mudra stretch. And option to stay here. If you wanted to try out a fold, hinge at the hips and give yourself a fold forward. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders and just noticing if that helps you move a little deeper into the shoulder stretch. Hands can relax onto your low back. Hands can relax down towards the mat. Let's flow on up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. As you come on up to stand, let's take 3 shoulder rolls. Shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Let's step it out nice and wide. Have your toes in line with your hips. So if you have to turn your toes in, you can do that or turn them out a bit. Great. So we are going to do a little cross of our wrists, bend into your knees, and then straighten out those legs, Hands to the sky. Let's cross the wrist here and release it down. Good. Now we're just gonna move with our breath and try to be intentional about your hands. So notice on the bottom, maybe the right hand is in front, so then take your left hand in front the next time. And same thing when the wrist cross at the top. Right hand is on top at first, and then bring that left arm in front. Want to just get those nice even stretches in our shoulders, our arms, hands, and wrists. Good. Now let's take a moment to pause. Legs can stay how they are. Let's take our shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Now from here, let's take our wrists right in front and we're going to cross those wrists. We're going to straighten out our legs and then we're going to do a nice little release at the wrist. Again, crossing the wrists. Knees are going to take a nice deep bend. Float it up, arms out and around. Rising with the breath. Good. And then just notice your body's natural tendency. Maybe you tend to always want to have that left wrist in front. So if so, try to draw that right wrist in front. See if you can change up the stretch a bit. Good. Now let's take our feet together. Nice step towards one another. And then feet will be in line with your hips. Let's bring our arms out into a T position. And we're going to imagine that those left fingertips are reaching and stretching over a countertop. So we're just going to try to reach and stretch off towards the left. We can float ourselves back to center. Reach and stretch off towards the right. Imagine there was a kitchen island that you could stretch, stretch, stretch over. Good. And we're just gonna go side to side here. So each time, try to see if you can reach a little bit further away. Try to get into the side bodies a little bit more. We have all of these little muscles on the sides of the body. They can get a nice good stretch while we're doing this one. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to neutral. We are going to take our right foot forward and then left foot will take a step back. So not a huge distance between the feet, but maybe a foot or two between the feet. Have your toes point straight forward. Let your hips square forward. Bring your hands up to the sky. Nice full breath in here. Nice lengthening of your spine and then fold yourself down as you exhale. Maybe play with the weight in the feet. Maybe draw your weight forward into your toes. Giving yourself a little bit more stretch in the legs. Maybe draw your left hip forward, right hip pulls back slightly. Right hand rises to the sky with your exhale. Let's try out a twist here. And if you'd like to use a block, you can always do that. You can take your left hand onto a block. Good. Let's release that one. Float your hand down. Left foot meets right foot. Let's float ourselves all the way up to standing. And then let's take that right foot back, left foot forward, or sorry, I'm not sure on my cueing. Maybe it's opposite. So we're just going to have our opposite foot back and then opposite foot forward. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's give ourselves that full down as you exhale. Play with the weight in the feet. Maybe draw more weight into your front foot. Maybe encourage that back hip forward a little bit. See if you can get a little different stretch in your body. Good. Let's plant the foot that's back. Let's plant that hand. And then the foot that's forward, let's rise that hand to the sky. We'll take a pyramid twist. And then just feeling the shoulders stacking and opening with each breath. Letting that hand release down. Let's take our back foot to meet our front foot. Core engages. Let's roll on up through the spine. Take your shoulders up, back, and down. Thank you so much for joining today. It's really great to be here with you. I hope you're feeling better. We did a nice little full body flow today, focusing a little bit on those IT bands, getting into the low back a bit, working with the shoulders. So I hope this sets you up for a wonderful day today. Have a really great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.